System context diagrams are one of our favorite system models to use early in a project. They show the relationships between all of the systems on your project. We think of them as being like the rooms of a house and then showing which rooms connect to one another. Ask your project architect if they have one already. It's pretty common for a technical team to use these as well. If one does not already exist, then get your more technical users and developers in the room with you to create one. Start by whiteboarding the system names. I like to put system names on sticky notes so that I can move them around. Then you can add the lines that show the interfaces between the systems, simple straight lines between your sticky notes. Once you have it ready for review, then take the time to put all of that in a tool like Visio. Some people like to add data flow to their system context diagrams, but we don't. I mentioned in an earlier section how we want models to be as simple as possible and still serve their purpose. These diagrams are meant to show which systems need to interface with one another. And trying to add data to that will just simply overcomplicate it, particularly because you won't possibly be able to put all of the data objects on this diagram. There are better diagrams for showing data objects and their flow, such as a data flow diagram. What I have here is an example of a system context diagram. Remember that a system context diagram is meant to show relationships between all of the systems that interact with your system. The main system that we are working on here is a web storefront system. And you can see there are other systems that it needs to interact with. For example, an inventory system so that the web front shows real-time inventory availability on products, an order system to place the orders through, and a shipping system to allow users to select shipping preferences. And once the order is placed, that shipping system provides information to the pick and pack system. So the web storefront does not actually have to interface directly with the pick and pack system. We are not showing what data flows between the systems. We'll do that in other models like data flow diagrams later. But this at least allows us to ensure that we understand what all of the interactions are up front. After understanding what a system context diagram is, it's useful to think about when you would use it on your project. So my initial answer to that would be almost always. But here's a bit more detail about why you would want to use them. First, the system context diagram is used to understand the whole picture of the system and its interactions. Next, it will help you quickly set context for your project, for you, other team members, and when new team members join. Also, these diagrams help you understand which integration points are in scope for your project and which ones you can effectively put out of mind. Finally, they highlight which interfaces you will need to gather requirements for in your project. Do not use them for detailing the specific requirements for the interactions between the systems, and do not use them to put models around any decisions or process or actually anything with flow. Again, most projects will warrant having a system context diagram. Exceptions would be if you have a system that literally does not interact with any other systems. We recently helped create requirements for a customer training portal that literally did not need to interact with any other systems, so we felt it wasn't worth the time to create one.